Hello everybody. So today we're talking about composite figures. So what is a composite figure? It's a figure that's divided into more than one of the basic shapes. We often refer to these figures as irregular figures. Sometimes there's no easy formula that will give you the area of this figure, so we end up having to combine or subtract from one another. So there's two types of these composite figures. There's a shape inside of a shape, such as this, or connecting shapes. So first we're going to talk about shapes inside of other shapes. So in order to find the area of the shaded region, we would have to identify the figures. So in this case, we've got a square and we've got a circle. We then have to find the area of each figure. So if I am looking at this, area of a square is base times height, so 11 times 11, and with my handy dandy calculator, times 11 is 121 square feet. Ooh, I wrote an S instead of a 2. Mrs. Quill's losing her mind. All right. Then for area of a circle is pi r squared, or pi times r times r. So in other words, our diameter is 8. We need our radius. The radius is only half. Half of 8 is 4. So we've got 3.14 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 3.14 times 4 times 4 is going to give me an area of 50.24 square feet. So, in order to find the area of the shaded region, which is light, but you can tell, we have to take the area of the square and subtract the area of the circle. So I'm going to take 121 and subtract 50.24 to give me my new area. Now I would like to remind you at this point, if I write it down, you need to write it down. One of the things I have noticed is that our friends are not writing down their work on their notes, and then they go back to their notes and have no idea what to do. So 121 minus 50.24 gives me an area of 70.76 square feet. So that would be my answer. Now, what about finding the area of combined figures? So first you draw lines to separate the figures into common figures. So they already did that for us here. They drew it, it probably just looked like the outside, and then they drew it so that we could see a triangle and a rectangle. Then we have to find the area of each figure. And then we add those two, because now we're combining rather than trying to take away. So, area of a rectangle is base times height. So we're going to have 5 times 12, which will give us 60 square feet. Now we have to find the area of the triangle. It gives us the base of the triangle, but it doesn't technically give us the height. We have to understand that this height is going to be the same as the 5 feet. So, for area of a triangle, it is base times height divided by 2. So if we write our base times our height, it's going to be 5 times 3, all divided by 2. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 divided by 2 is going to be 7.5 feet squared. Now, to find the total area of this complex shape, we have to add 60 and 7.5. And our new area is going to be 67.5 square feet. Please remember, we are working in area. We always need to make sure that we have our units squared, but also just generally with our shapes, we must always write down the unit. So in this case, it was feet. All right. One of the big things y'all are going to have to understand is that we're going to be using circles a lot again. So if we look at this, I am going to tell you, this is not a full circle, is it? Heck no, it's half a circle. So that means you'll find the area of this circle and then divide it by 2. This, you're going to have to split. Okay? And your diameter will be equal to the height of your triangle. So we're going to go back and we're going to look at this one first. This already split our 2 shapes. So we've got a rectangle and we've got a half circle. So I'm going to write down rectangle, and I'm going to write half circle. The reason I'm writing these down is so that I make sure that I write down the area formulas for both, so I know to add them. All right, for a rectangle, area formula is base times height. Area of a circle is pi r squared, but we also need to divide that by 2 at the end because it's only a half a circle. Sorry, it's being fuzzy. All right, so now I have to take the information I'm given and use it. So it tells me the base is 14 and the height is 8. So 14 times 8 for my rectangle is 112 square feet. Now I'm going to figure out what the area of my circle, but you might be looking and saying, Mrs. Coyle, I don't know what the radius of the circle is. Well, what I can tell you is that because this is 15, so is the diameter. Diameter is double the radius, so 14 divided by 2 is 7. So we've actually got 3.14 times 7 times 7, all divided by 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to put it in the top into my calculator. So 3.14 times 7 times 7. That gives me 153.86. I then have to, number 1 hit equals, divide it by 2. And I get the area of the circle is 76.93 square feet. Now, this is a combined complex figure. So we know we add our rectangle and half circle to get the full area. So I'm going to add 76.93 and 112. And so my real area of this half circle rectangle is going to be 188.93 square feet. I need to see you making sure you show every step of this. Okay, this is you showing your work. You've got a calculator, but I still need to see what you're doing. Okay, now this one, I told you we've got a triangle, so now we've got 3 different figures. So I have a triangle, I have a rectangle, and I have a circle. All right, so first we're going to find the area of the rectangle because that's base times height. Now, you might be looking at this 11 and thinking, oh, 9 times 11. No siree. That is the entire, that's adding the triangle. So if we're looking down here, this is 9 and this is 2. Because 11 minus 9 is 2. So we got 9 yards, we got 2 yards. This is our radius, but it's also this side, or the height. 4 times 2, this means this is also 4. So our side is 8. So for our rectangle, we've got 9 times 8. I'm going to double check, even though I'm fairly certain I know this. Yeah, it is 72 square yards. All right, now I'm going to find my triangle first, because I know my base is 2, my height is 8, because these are equivalent, and it's base times height, all divided by 2. So we've got 2 times 8 all over 2. So we have 16 over 2, which is 8 square yards. And now we have to find the triangle. So first of all, we had a complex figure, which means that in total, the gray area, actually not the gray area, this shape is is 80 yards squared. We need to find the area of the circle to subtract it from that 80. So area of a circle is pi r squared. So we got 3.14 times 4 times 4. 3.14 times 4 times 4 is 50.24 square yards. So we're going to take 80, subtract 50.24, and our final result is 29.76 square yards. So if there's a shaded area and you need to find just this shaded bit, make sure that you're subtracting. If you're given a complex figure where you've got 2 or more shapes, which you could have both, make sure you add. All right? Y'all are great. I believe you're going to be awesome. Have a great day. Bye.